Alright guys, it's TJ here with another video. In my last video, I told you guys best ways to do damage and win trades. Now this time, I'm going to be telling you guys the best type of armor to use and the best type of weapons to use and the best type of enchants or how to use those enchants in different scenarios. Because some people think netherite's just the best, or you should just use sword, or you should use axe or sword over trident, but it's honestly just situational. So I'll be teaching you guys and telling you guys the best type of situation to use every type of tool and every type of weapon, even including projectiles and bows and crossbows, and going over that debate as well. Alright, first let's explain armor. Each armor point gives 8% damage reduction, so when your armor ball is full, you're going to have a full 80% damage reduction. Each protection point gives 5% per protection point, so at the end, if you have all your protection points full prop 4, you have 96% damage reduction, meaning that only 4% of the damage you actually take will be dealt to you. Alright. There's a lot of debate over which armor enchants are the best and which ones are the worst, and I'm going to tell you straight up which ones are the best and the worst right here. The best that you should have, base, like what you need at least to get into any fight, is protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending 1. So sneak 3 and soul speed is also good, also depth strider, you're going to need that as well, and feather falling as well. So sneak 3 and soul speed, I'll get into those as well, how they are good. But these are the base enchants you're going to need. Now, a lot of people talk about thorns, and people think that thorns is good sometimes, but thorns is a horrible enchant on armor, and it's going to make you lose fights because of that, and I'll show you why thorns is bad. Alright, so the first thing about thorns is that the thorns damage back isn't even good, unless they have like horrible armor. Like this is full prop 4 armor. If I hit them, I hit them 1, 2, 3. It took me 4 hits just to take half heart. Like if I hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits before I take damage. So the damage of thorns is pretty much irrelevant in actual trades. Like by the time you take 11 hits, you're probably going to be close to being dead. So thorns is not worth it, just the damage back. Reason number 2 why thorns is bad is that it gives your opponent free crits. So when you try to hit them, like when someone hits you and you have thorns, it knocks them up into the air and then you get free crits without even jumping. In my last video, I said how when you get hit by someone, you can use those hits to crit them, and that's the same thing. Like Billy, get inside the hole and stand in the corner. Like if I hit him on my way back down from getting hit, I can crit him. I didn't have to jump and I can crit him. And you can combine this to get tons of crits on people. Like for example, if I like this and then like this, I can just get tons of crits on them without even jumping. Reason number 3 why thorns is bad is because your item durability is much worse. And I'll give an example here. Here's thorns 3, protection 4. And then here's going to be a warden attack. See how fast it goes compared to protection 4. They're just spamming you with arrows. Their combat method sucks. Oh yeah, I'm just dropping my line. No, I'm in the water. Can you come down here actually? I killed high on line. Paradise. This guy still wants to fight. Oh, he's dead. Dead! The reason why Swift Sneak is such a good enchantment on leggings is that you can shield while sprinting. So you can effectively PvP someone while shielding the entire time. Since the only real drawback of shielding is that you're slow, being able to have Swift Sneak makes the shielding an insanely powerful item. Diamond and netherite both protect the same amount of damage. But the good thing about netherite is that it has more durability and you have knockback resistance. Since diamond has more makes you take more knockback, you can land P crits. If you don't know what a P crit is, that's in my last video. But because of netherite, it makes pre-critting a lot harder because you don't have a lot of knockback. But keeping your momentum and landing combos is way better when you have netherite instead of diamond. On my last video, I have a video of me and diamond versus netherite players, and you can see the difference on how to play when you're on diamond versus netherite. But when you have diamond, it's a lot easier to get away because you take a lot more knockback. So if you're playing a person who's stronger than you or better than you, then diamond is usually better. But since you're going to get drained a lot faster since you have a lot less durability. Alright, when mending your armor, you can use bottles. When you use these bottles, the XP will go to your armor and it will heal it. Now there's two types of way to mend your armor. There's single mending and full mending. When you full mend, you mend your entire armor set. But since the particles are random, then your armor will be displaced and your durability will be displaced. Since your durability is displaced, then your armors can break at random times. Then there is smart mending. Smart mending is when you take off specific pieces of your armor so you can mend the lowest parts of your armor first. But you want to mend the lowest pieces of your armor first because they will also, when you're mending, make sure to take off your shield if it has mending on it, because you don't want the XP to go to your shield, you want it to go straight to your armor. You can also mend with skull catalyst. If you can't afford bottles, you can use skull catalyst to mend your armor as well, but it's not as fast. Sharpness gives you 1.25 damage per level. So a sharpness 5 sword will give you plus 6 damage, on top of the 8 base damage, on top of the 0.5 base damage you have on your fist. So a full sharp 5 sword will do 15 damage. Now, if you crit, then that will be 22 damage. So that's a lot of damage. Axes do the same amount of damage, just minus 1. So preferably swords are usually better, but if your opponent is using shields, then sometimes axe is better. What I do is that I don't even enchant my axe. I only use my axe to break shields, but most of the times I don't even carry an axe in fights unless the guy I'm fighting is a shield main. Because most of the times people go around the totems because totems are meta right now. But don't knock off shields. Shields are extremely underrated in the meta right now. Now, one of the most insanely underrated things on Bedrock is impaling on a trident. Unlike sharpness that gives 1.25 damage per level, it gives 2.5 damage per level, meaning that an impaling 5 trident hit is much as a sharpness 5 crit, and it stacks with crits. And the only thing your opponent needs to be is inside of water, so it works on players too. So like this, that's 31 damage per hit. That's not even with strength. If you have strength on it, you can legit 2 tap of Iron Golem. Like you can legit 2 crit Iron Golem. It does insane amounts of damage. So impaling 5 is insanely broken. It also works in rain, and it also stacks with Riptide. So if you have Riptide on your trident as well, then you can use both. Next weapon is the mace. The mace is kind of a niche item. It's not really used as a main item, but this is how you use it in fights. So there's a couple strategies. The things you want to want is breach, wind burst, and fire inspect for PvP purposes, because breach goes through armor. So number 1 is just wind charge. That you can just combo with it. It's pretty powerful. Also knocks back other enemies, so it's good against like multiple enemies. The next strategy is you wind charge up, you E-Pro, then wind charge up. Okay, if it hits. Okay, it's just not hitting. I'll try again. And then use that to get up, and then you hit people with it. Like that. Also, the mace scales with strength as well, so if you Another thing is Riptide. No, pretty simple stuff. Just Riptide out, hit him with it. Another strategy is saplings. You pearl up, hit it up, and then you come down, and you fall, you hit him like that. And then another strat is obviously Elytra. Actually, let's go like this. Okay. And then clip your chest plate on. And then you hit him, you know. How did I hit him from that far? What the heck? Yeah, but alright, now let's talk about shields. Shields are powerful because it blocks all incoming damage from a specific side of your body. The only drawbacks is that you can't eat and you can't hit while doing it, and there's a 0.5 second delay. It also can be broken by shields. If you get hit while crouching, then you take a lot more knockback, and it's very easy to get comboed. So using a shield has its benefits and consequences. A strat you can do with shields is that when someone hits you with a shield, they'll take vertical knockback, and you can use that to put them in a combo. Especially if you have a swift sneak, then you can be insanely powerful for this. Also, you can just jump, and then when they hit you, then you sprint them like that. And then you can also sneak in a combo while crouching the entire time. And you'll automatically have low ground advantage because you're crouching. So it's actually very broken when you have swift sneak. A strategy you can do is that after they hit you, then you can put them in a combo because they have vertical knockback. In my last video, you can see me doing this a lot because I was using shields a lot in that video. Alright, now let's get into projectiles. A lot of people debate on which is better, bow or crossbow, and I'm gonna say that debate right now. For early game, crossbow is better because it has more base damage. For late game, bow is better because power 5 is stronger. But there's also things that bow is good for late game. No crossbow enchantments add anything to your damage, but power adds to damage. A full bow shot will do 10 damage. A crossbow shot does 9 damage. But since it's a lot slower and that you can automatically have it loaded, then crossbow is better early game for that. And also bows are much more luck dependent because it can change with luck. Because the damage of a bow shot is about how fast it is. So like, if you come back here, then the damage will go down. Like that was 81 damage, that was 9 damage from there. But it can just change depending on it. Alright, the next thing is about applying effects. Crossbow is much better for applying effects. The only real effects you're really going to want is that I use a slow falling because it's good when you're using crystals. I'll make a crystal guide soon. But I use slow falling with crystals. Another thing is harming, but harming is much better with bow. Poison is good, but when you have full prot 4, it's not really that good. And that's about it. And also slowness is also good. Weakness is alright because it cancels out some strength, so you can use weakness as well, but it's only for 30 seconds and you're risking putting out bow shots. I barely use bow in actual fights unless like there's no crystal or crystal's banned, I'll use bow. But I usually barely use bow. Piercing is very good against applying effects because it goes straight through shields. So if you want to put poison on someone, for example, and they're shielding, then you just use piercing and it'll go through all of them. You can use a multi-shot when you're like 1v3 people, but still not really worth it. And then there's also something called bow boost healing. If you use healing arrows and you have a punch 2 bow, you can bow boost yourself, which is basically when you jump and you hit yourself with a bow shot. But also it boosts you like 5 blocks, but it also heals you at the same time. Also you can use lava in conjunction with your arrows to make flame arrows. And here are all the damage sources ranked